What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on Gunk88. Today we're going to be doing skateboard tier list. In the last video I did YouTubers tier list, so I thought it was only right that we move up a step higher and we go on to skateboard tier list. We're not going to be ranking teams, we're just going to be ranking graphics. Let's do brand number one. We'll start off with Anti-Hero. I like some of their graphics. Definitely not all of them or big appeals to me. Let's just take a look on here. So, I do enjoy this style of art on a graphic. I wouldn't buy this particular graphic, but I'm talking like this art style that they're drawn in. I'm a huge fan of their just brand deck, like their regular company deck. I have one right here. Obviously there's stickers on it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it fully in frame, but I have the blue one because I do skate a 0.5. But I am a big fan of these decks, but we're not just rating these ones. We got to rate other ones. I feel like they're well made graphics. Like something like this, for example. I don't know if in particular I would skate this one. This one's kind of like whatever. Obviously, the pigeon graphic is... Everybody knows the pigeon graphic in skateboarding. It's like one of the most well-known graphics. Something like this. Like to me, this deck is great. It's clean, it's sleek. It's not a big promotion of what brand you're what deck you're skating, because you got to keep in mind you paid a lot of money for, not a lot, but you paid money for your deck, so you don't want to just be a walking advertisement for them. Something like this, I wouldn't skate something like this, like an open rat. That's not something I would skate. But that's Anti-Hero. I think personally, I would probably put Anti-Hero. It's like they're pretty like good. I wouldn't say they're great, but I wouldn't say they're bad. So I'd put them in a comfortable. I'd put them in a comfortable C tier. Next we have April Skateboards. April Skateboards. I'm looking at this as a through lens of your Shane O'Neill. You started a board company, right? And you're proud of this company that you've started. But, and I think Joa said this in one of his videos, you left Primitive to start April. But you are just remaking graphics that look like they would be on Primitive already. What's the price conversion on this before shipping and tax? 135 for a Udo deck, right? If someone showed this to me and I didn't see the name Udo and they said which is it, April or Primitive, I would probably say Primitive. This looks exactly like something that Primitive would put out. Like some of these, I'm not a fan of. This is bad. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. And I picked a bad one, but this, their regular deck, just like the April one, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of just their regular deck. What the fuck is this? It's sold out? Who's buying that?
Unfreaking believable.
That's such a joke. I think I would buy this deck just to look at it and just say, it would be as a mental reminder. People wake up and they think to themselves, there are kids in Africa that don't have food. I gotta be grateful for what I have. I would buy it for this reason. I'd buy this deck and I'd be like, you know what? Thank God there are really good graphics out there, because that's so funny. None of these graphics are really catching my eye. This one's better, honestly. I do like this one a little bit more. This is definitely getting in the better realm of a graphic for April. I don't think that Shane O'Neill is going to get finger blasted by Satan for putting out a fucking Nike SB Dunk skateboard, but it's definitely bad. We're going to put them in the E tier. And at the end, in the last video, I'm going to finalize it and change it, but that was bad. Baker skateboards. In my opinion, the team deck, like the regular just Baker block text, it's a beautiful board, right? That deck on its own, and it's I wouldn't say it's on the same level as the Pigeon, but it's a very iconic skateboard, like a skateboard graphic. Everybody knows that Baker, and it looks great in all colors. But their graphics are sick too. I don't know if these ones are done by Jolly Man, but I know he does some of them. Like I think if we scroll more down, the Jolly Man ones show up. Like that. Oh, like I know Neckface does stuff for them. Like I think that's Jolly Man, that style. Oh, that's a beautiful deck actually. It's only $50. Only 50 bones. I would say these are great. I think this like Mafia style deck, that's beautiful deck. I like the fact they don't plaster the name Baker on some of these. Like, obviously, this is a nice deck, but I like the fact that like, and this one says Baker, but it's they made it look good. But these Mafia ones, these ones don't say Baker. The Jolly Man ones, well, this one does, but it fits. I would say that they're great. This camo one's kind of funny. I don't know if Tyson's like a camper boy, but that's funny. This art one is nice. This Andrew Reynolds one's pretty cool. But Baker's definitely between A and S, I would say, honestly. I'm gonna have to put them in S tier. That's a god tier deck. That's great. Next up, we have Dark Star skateboards. I kind of put them in here as a joke. But we'll look. Does Darkstar still exist? Fuck, wait, now I want a Gatorade. Wait, I'm getting a Gatorade. Yeah, okay, so now that I'm looking on their website, I don't think Darkstar exists anymore. Here's the thing for me and Darkstar, right? Oh, this is perfect. This is the perfect thing with me and Darkstar. Everybody looks at Darkstar pretty negatively, which I completely understand. When you and Zoo York are being exclusively held in West 49, it's definitely a problem, right? Darkstar has it's looked at poorly, but their graphics are honestly pretty fucking dope. Like, look at this. That's sick as shit. I would skate that, honestly. Like, me personally, I would actually skate this. This is like a board that I would skate. And I'm skate a size 8, but if I did, like, if they made that in an 8.5, I would actually consider getting that as like a next deck. Not all of their decks are cool, right? You have this one, which is just their brand logo deck. This is pretty shit. But it's pretty shit. I think we can all kind of agree on that. And even some of these, like this is making me reconsider anything I've ever said about Darkstar. That's bad. That's bad. Oh. Okay. We can't hide from the fact that Darkstar makes bad boards. But having one good board doesn't take away from the fact that they make some poor ones. But that's with every company. Okay. I already want to fix something on this list. I'm going to put April in D and Darkstar in E. I can't give Darkstar a good rating just because they have one good board. But this is the thing. I'm ranking off of what would I skate. And I'd way rather skate an April board. Actually, I don't know. No, because April didn't have a single good one. I'm putting Darkstar above April. Alright, next. This is what I think of FA, right? I think we all think the same thing. Oh my god, this website's gonna give me a fucking seizure. I think we all think the same thing about FA. Jason Dill's a kook. Jason Dill's a weirdo. A lot of their videos are like decent. Like, I don't know. I associate FA with just like Supreme guys. So, and Supreme makes like Play Dead was like not that bad. It was pretty good. The thing with FA, And I think the problem we have is the brand image, right? The brand image, it's cool, you know. You have these guys that are pretty cool. They all dress different, but they're all really good. It more lies with when you're making baby fetus soap. I think there's a problem with it where there's no return, right? Um, and then all these kids are buying FA decks, trying to be cool and putting Supreme stickers on them and doing whatever, right? And I think that's where people have the problem is these weird teenagers. But I think if we're going based purely off graphic, it's still going to be negative. Like, what is this? What the fuck is wrong with Jason Dill? Like, I was never a fan of these like the class photo ones. I think they're a cool idea and they're whatever, but they get old, right? The Stickorama's pretty bad. Purple, what's this purple stamp? Like, why? You know Jason Dill thinks of himself as a pretty high, like highly ranked person, or not ranked, but like he thinks of like what the fuck, dude? You know you think of yourself highly when the bottom graphic is you don't even skate for the like you own the company. You don't skate. Or if you do, you're not in any video. You know what I mean? You're not putting out videos. You're not doing this. You're old. It really tells you about what he thinks of himself when he's putting his own face, his own class photo on a graphic. Not even that, he's signing the top ply. Like, what? These all kind of suck. Is this what Kevin Bradley sees on a nice Tuesday night? Satan is absolutely finger blasting Jason Dill for half of the ideas he even put on paper. Next up, Frog Skateboards. So Frog Skateboards, Chris Milliken, I think Jesse Alba's board company. I'm a fan of their graphics. I'm also a fan of their logo. I like the font that they use with the bold text. I think Frog is just like a little funny haha. I draw in the style without even knowing. I already liked the style before I saw Frog Skateboards. But they got good graphics. I'm a fan. I don't know. I don't know about the Chris Millick fucking anime board. Each board comes with a sheet of Jessup. Why don't you give people like a bang for their buck? Throw a mob in there. Yeah, like I understand the aesthetic they're going for, and I think they've hit it pretty well. I would skate maybe not that board, but I understand what they're going for, and I'm with it. You know. With all that said, Frog is going in S tier, not A tier, S tier. Girl. I used to be a big fan of girl skateboards. I will say, I thought that their boards were cool, and I thought that their team was cool and everything. And I don't know. I think as I just got older, that vision I had slowly went away. I am personally not a fan of collaborations in skateboarding. With like, I don't mind collaborations with like artists like Baker and Jollyman, but what the fuck is this? What am I looking at? And if we're just focusing on their graphics, they're pretty bad. Was never a fan of the big one of this one. I was never a big fan of this. In my opinion, they only have like here. I have a girl board here. You can't even really tell. I don't even know if you guys can see it. It's sorry, you can't even really tell it's a girl graphic, but it says girl on it, right? I'd give girl probably D tier. I'd put it on the same as Dark Star. Like, next up, my crutches just fell into my closet. Hockey skateboards. So, hockey graphics. And this is going to sound hypocritical because of what I said about FA. I think FA graphics were a little too serious and a little goofy and stupid. But I like the direction that hockey is going for. You know, it's like that 80s and 90s, even the 70s scary movies, um, with the weird imagery and the colors that they use. I think they use colors perfectly. Um, like not every deck is perfect, but something like this. Like I would skate this. This is a very nice deck to me. You know, the colors are nice. I like that it's just they just use black, for the house, and there's a guy running out. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful graphic. Even a graphic like this. I think this graphic is great. Um, Clay, it's a guy bashing his head through a window, or at least I think that's what he's doing. I don't know, but I think it's a great graphic, and like I said, the green. So it comes in different colors, but this this lightish green they have going on. I love it. I think it's a great graphic, and I think the color again. I think the colors that they use are perfect. Dude, hockey's going in A tier. Our first A tier of the video. Um, Next, Jacuzzi skateboards. Obviously, Jacuzzi was Enjoy before Enjoy went into the bin. I mean, I don't mind their graphics. Like, I think their just regular team one, like they call it the flavor, just the regular Jacuzzi Unlimited. I think that one's kind of cool. This one's straight up blurred. Like, what the fuck? I'm starting to slowly take back the positive things I'm saying about this company. This is just a bowling. Okay, it's gonna go in E. Actually, I feel like I'm going too quick. I feel like I'm judging this too quick. I'd put it in D, because again, I would never skate in April. All right, next up, P-Rod. Don't make me. For P-Rod's sake, I hope since the last time I've checked out the Primitive website, he has done a 180. Changed how some of the shit on this website looks. So let's just hope for the best. I fucking take back anything. Okay, so the first thing I see when I open this website is Bob Marley and Tupac. What the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? How are these sold out? $35. Whoa. Is P-Rod Does P-Rod have oversupply and he needs to get rid of decks? No. Couldn't be. And yeah, you're done. We got zero skateboards. So let's. I never skated a zero board, and I was never really a big fan of their graphics when I did see their boards. But I respect the team, and you know, I respect how long they've been in the game for. Bart Simpson. I like that. Bro, where's the graphic This one. Just the single skull. I think that's a perfect graphic. I think it's great. It shows exactly what Zero is about. The all black with the white skull, the little line of text for their brand name. Perfect. What is this bullshit? Next. Let's just go next. Okay. I'm kind of happy about this one. Because I like obviously like Crooked is just Mark Gonzalez drawings. Which are timeless, They'll never not be some nice looking drawings, right? He's a great artist. It's literally what he does, right? Okay. So, I'm a fan of Crooked graphics. I think the way that their art is very nice. Um, I like when he has people on the bottom of his decks. For example, this Tom Knox one. I think this one's really, I think that one's really cool. I think the way that he does faces is really interesting. Just the plain eyes. I'm not a fan of the eyes. That's the one thing I will say. I am not a fan of the eyes. I think the eyes graphic is a mid graphic. I like this one. I like this one. The car one's pretty cool. And they work with colors really well. I think that's really important. I think a lot of companies don't take into account how important colors are. I can't believe this company is real, right? Welcome Skateboards. So, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Gunk, what's wrong with Welcome? What isn't wrong with Welcome? Now, you're probably thinking, oh, well, these are just decks. Like, what's the big deal? The big deal is, what the fuck am I looking at, right? Um, some of them are decent at best. A lot of these are gross, ugly. I'm starting to feel ill looking at these. I'm starting to feel like my fucking appendix surgery. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get another one. The way I'm about to be shitting for days looking at these. Right? I think that they can do a lot better. I'm being really harsh. Oh, they're right here. I'm gonna have to give Welcome an E. I would never skate a Welcome board. Those are disgusting. Next up, one I'm actually excited about, Polar. I do think that they have some nice looking decks. I've skated a Polar deck before. I have it right here. The Notre Dame Polar board. Ow! I hit myself in the stomach. Yeah, like I liked the way that it felt. I like the graphics. Like this graphic is cool. I think they do colors and like all the other ones, like colors and graphics pretty well. But another thing that I think that Polar does really well is Crooked kind of does it. They do a lot of shaped boards and they do a lot of those engraves for your wheel bite. And I like when boards do stuff like that. These are sick. I like this. Simple, just like an apple. And then go away. And then this one. I think these are sick. I love them. I'm a big fan of Polar. They will be going in an 8. Sci-fi fantasy. I've never skated a sci-fi fantasy board before, but I obviously know of the company's existence. I think this one's pretty nice. Again, I like the colors. I like that there's a what is that? There's like a lady in the middle. The green and the yellow and the orange, it all ties in pretty nice. The font that they use is very bold and screams. I like the way that looks. I think this one's I think this one's cool. Like the folder has a lock on it. It's very simple. It's a very simple graphic, but I like it. Just green with this like golden text. But sci-fi fantasy, you have deserved a spot in. They're gonna take the first B of the video. So I'm gonna touch this list up, and I will get back to you when I'm done touching it up. Okay, so I'm done editing the list. I think all that I've moved around was I moved something. Or maybe I didn't. I don't think I moved anything. Or maybe I moved like one of these or something. But I think it's pretty much all stay the same. I feel like it's a good list. Baker and Frog. Frog graphics are just fucking. Tier list videos are just fun. I enjoy doing them. I personally think they're a lot of fun. Comment if you guys want to see me do another tier list or something else in skating. DM me on @gunk88 if there's something in skateboarding that you want to hear something like hear me report on it. But yeah, this has pretty much been it, and I'll see you guys in the next video that I end up doing. See ya.